Hi everyone. Welcome back to our channel.
I'm John. We are so happy to have you here with us today.
And I'm Emily. Today, we're going to learn English words that people often use in finance.
But don't worry, it won't be boring. Without further ado, let's start the story learning.
Great to hear that, John. Do you know what my dream is sometimes?
What's that?
To leave everything behind and open a small coffee shop by the beach.
A coffee shop? That sounds peaceful, but also like a financial nightmare.
True, but it reminds me of our lesson today. We're going to follow the story of David, who actually does it.
That's right. David wants to open a coffee shop, and through his journey, we'll learn some of the most common English words used in finance.
And instead of just giving definitions, we'll see how these words connect to real life.
Perfect. Let's get started.
David starts with a big dream, but like most dreams, he needs money to make it real.
Right. Dreams are free, but coffee machines aren't.
Exactly. So he goes to the bank for a loan.
A loan is money you borrow from a bank or a person, and you must pay it back later.
And not just the money itself. The bank also charges interest.
Yes, interest is the extra money you pay for borrowing.
I remember my student loan. I was so excited to finally finish school, and then the bills arrived.
Same here. A loan feels helpful at first, but when those monthly payments hit, you realize how heavy it is.
That's why many people say a loan is both a friend and a burden.
Exactly. David feels the same. He's nervous but hopeful when the bank approves his loan.
Of course, David doesn't just rely on the bank. He also puts in his own investment.
An investment is when you put in money expecting it to grow or bring back more later.
Like starting a business, buying stocks, or even paying for education.
For me, I once invested in a photography class. It wasn't cheap, but later it helped me get freelance jobs.
That's a great example. For me, I invested in a really good laptop. It hurt my wallet at the time, but I use it every single day.
That's the point. Investments often feel painful at the beginning, but rewarding later.
And to make sure his investment is used wisely, David creates a budget.
A budget is a plan for spending money.
He writes down how much he can spend on rent, equipment, coffee beans, furniture, and staff.
Exactly. Without a budget, it's easy to waste money.
Trust me, I know. I once went shopping with no budget.
And
Let's just say I came home with 3 pairs of shoes and an empty wallet.
that's why David is smarter than us. So after buying everything, David now owns coffee machines, tables, and even a little delivery van. Those are his assets.
Assets are things you own that have value.
But remember, he still owes the bank. That debt is a liability.
Assets are what you own. Liabilities are what you owe.
In my case, my car is an asset.
But your car loan is a liability.
Exactly. Same with David. He has assets, but also big liabilities.
It's a balance. Successful businesses need more assets than liabilities.
Otherwise, you drown in debt.
Next, the coffee shop finally opens and customers line up. The money he earns is revenue.
But he also spends money every day on staff salaries, electricity, rent, and supplies. Those are expenses.
Revenue equals money in. Expenses equals money out.
Just like my salary is my revenue, and rent and bills are my expenses.
And coffee. Don't forget coffee.
True. My biggest expense is probably coffee, which is ironic.
I guess you're David's dream customer.
Let's continue the story with profit and loss. When revenue is higher than expenses, David makes a profit.
But when expenses are higher, it's a loss.
In his first month, David makes a small profit. He's so happy, like a proud parent.
That's a great feeling. I remember selling my first handmade crafts online. I made only $20, but it felt like a million.
Exactly. Profit isn't just money, it's validation.
But loss can be painful.
Have you had a loss?
Yes. I once tried selling homemade cupcakes. I spent a lot on ingredients, and then I ate half of them myself. Loss.
At least it was delicious.
True, not all losses taste that good. Let's move on to the cash flow. Even though David makes a profit, he has cash flow problems.
Cash flow is how money moves in and out of the business.
Sometimes customers pay late, so David doesn't have enough cash to pay rent on time.
That's stressful. You can be profitable, but still broke if your cash doesn't arrive when you need it.
Exactly. It's like when I was in college. I had money promised from my part-time job, but payday came late, so I survived on instant noodles.
Same. That's cash flow in real life. Great example. Okay, let's talk about the interest route. Meanwhile, every month, David pays back part of his loan, plus interest.
Interest is extra money you pay when borrowing, or extra money you earn when saving.
My credit card interest still haunts me.
That's why I always try to pay mine in full. Interest feels like paying money for nothing.
True. Interest is like a silent thief. It takes little by little, but it adds up.
Well said. 2 years later, David wants to expand his shop into a small chain. He sells shares of his company.
A share is one piece of a company. All shares together are called stock.
If you buy a share, you own part of that company.
I remember buying shares of a tech company. They doubled in value after I sold too early.
Same. I panicked and sold mine, and then the price skyrocketed.
Investing requires patience.
Exactly. Stocks can bring excitement, but also regret.
So some investors prefer safety. They buy bonds.
A bond is like lending money to a company or government.
The company pays you back with interest. It's usually safer than stocks.
Later, when David's company does well, he pays dividends to shareholders.
Dividends are profits shared with the people who own shares.
Not every company gives dividends. Some keep the money to grow bigger.
But getting dividends feels like a reward for believing in a company. Of course, every investment has risk.
But it also comes with return.
Return is the money you earn from your investment.
High risk often means high return. Low risk, low return.
Like putting money in stocks versus a savings account.
Exactly. You might double your money in stocks or lose it. A savings account is safer, but the return is small.
That balance between risk and return is something David learns every day.
Exactly. And after years of hard work, David finally has enough profit to put into savings.
Savings are money you keep for the future.
Savings protect you in emergencies and give you freedom later.
I try to save at least 10% of my income.
I do too, but sometimes temptation wins.
For me, it's coffee.
For me, it's travel. But either way, savings are the foundation of financial stability.
Great point. So today, we followed David's journey and learned a lot of finance words: loan, investment, budget, assets, liabilities, revenue, expenses, profit, loss, cash flow, interest, stocks, shares, bonds, dividends, risk, return, and savings.
That's a long list, but when you see them in a story, they connect together.
And finance becomes less scary, almost like making coffee.
True. Complicated at first, but wonderful when done right.
Exactly. And just like David, anyone can learn and grow with patience and the right mindset.
Speaking of coffee, I think it's time for another cup.
Agreed. Let's go.
Thanks everyone for watching the video. We really appreciate and hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time. Bye for now, and see you in the next video.